on a lot of our minds is, I have an uncle, let's call him Uncle Scott. And we all know Uncle Scott, we love him. But a lot of us feel that he should probably step down for obvious reasons due to age and health reasons. So how can we advance the conversation within the Democratic Party that sometimes we just need to pass the baton to the next generation to fight the battle that are so needed? At some point we need to fight, and some people are better equipped to fight it than others, so when can we have the conversation as a Democratic Party to pass that baton?
Well, it's not up to the Democratic Party to decide who gets elected in any particular district. It's up to the people of that district. And the Democratic Party will support whoever wins the primary election. And so it's a fact that in this country, in our political system, incumbency carries with it an edge. Name recognition, the I in front of your name on the ballot, campaign contributions, so the incumbency has its advantages, but I beat an incumbent 18 years ago, and incumbents get beat every year, every election. And so the thing is it's not the Democratic Party protecting incumbents. It's the people who elect those incumbents. Maybe it's because they like the incumbent, even though he or she may be elderly. But until some young lion comes along, or lioness, and knocks them off, or they decide that I'm going to step down voluntarily, that's where they will be.
For your time, for being here. I want to be really respectful regarding my question, so bear with me. I want to follow up with something that the guy in the blue shirt said earlier. The big ugly bill, as you call it, passed in the House based on one vote. The House is very closely divided. However, we currently have 3 unoccupied Democratic seats because unfortunately, within this past year, 2025 alone, 3 Congress people have passed away, unfortunately, Democrats who probably would have voted no, and it would have gone the other way. Is the Democratic Party as a whole thinking about succession, about some people stepping down and endorsing a new candidate to take over their district in their place? Because the biggest problem is those districts are unrepresented right now. They don't get a vote, and I don't want that to be us.
Well, now you can never, nobody's time on earth is ordered or known in advance when your last day will be. And some people live to be, 100 years old plus, and other people die at a very early age. And you find older people like Joe Biden, the most consequential president in terms of legislative success in recent history. Older gentleman, Nancy Pelosi, the greatest Speaker of the House ever, an older person. Now, it comes a time where people step aside of their own volition, or they end up, passing away, sometimes in office. And those things happen, but I'll tell you, regardless of who passed away, the Senate still had a majority, the House still had a majority Republican. 218 to 220, gosh, I forgot, but.
Numbers are close.
Yeah, they won the majority. And so even if the 3 Democrats had not passed away, they still would have won. So you can't blame the passage of this big ugly bill on the demise of 3 Democrats, although I'll tell you, they should have called special elections sooner for Sheila Jackson Lee. Hers is scheduled for November and down in Texas. And the one for Raul Rialva is scheduled for next month in New Mexico. So we'll have his replacement. And then Jerry Connolly just passed away. I went to his funeral yesterday.
My condolences to you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. I'm not sure when his replacement will be elected in a special election, but hopefully it'll come soon. But we will still have a majority Republican House to deal with. So we got to elect more Democrats, and we take the House, whether or not they're older or younger, and we let the voters decide who they want to represent them in any of the 435 districts across the country. That's just how it's done. The Democratic Party is not going to tell anybody to stand down. You can't run for a seat. That'd be totally undemocratic.
I don't think it was necessarily like